Today, I'm going to be taking this 2x10 and turn it into these two end tables using only that board. Let's go. All right, so we've got those cut out. We've got 2 that are 24 inches long. We've got 4 that are 9 inches long. Now what we're gonna do is take all of these over to the table saw, and we're gonna take the rounded edges off of these short ones, and we're gonna square it up. So it's all gonna be 9 inches. So right now it's about 9.5. So we're gonna take off those rounded edges, get it down to 9 inches by 9 inches. And then for these longer 24-inch pieces, we're gonna take off the rounded edges on one side, and then we're gonna get as many 1.5-inch pieces as we can get. We need 8 total. All right, I cut through everything. I did kick the circuit breaker 6 times, but that's behind us now. But here's what we ended up with. 4 pieces that are 9 inches wide, 9 inches long, and 1.5 inches thick. So 4 of those, and then 8 of these, which are 1.5 inch wide, 1.5 inch thick, and 24 inches long. So now, the easy part, we get to put it together. Almost. We got one more step, and I'll show you how to find that. Okay, so now we need to find this angle. So basically, the legs are all gonna be just like this, but they're gonna be oriented different. So what I did to find this is pretty easy, actually. What I did is I set up one of the 9-inch boards standing up, and then I clamped one of the legs diagonal going down till it touches the table. So let me show you exactly right here how I got that. So you can see when I clamped it, I wanted this point of the 9-inch board to be perfectly flush with the top of that 1.5 by 1.5 inch piece. And then the other piece that I needed to be flush was the other edge of my 9-inch board, flush to the face of this 1.5 by 1.5 inch board. Now I can see this is my angle here that I'm gonna need. So then I can look down here and I can see there's already an angle created right there. So now I'm just gonna go ahead with a pen and I'm gonna mark that angle there, and I'm gonna mark that angle there, and then I'll have the angle. Go ahead and mark that here. And then mark this one here. So that's our angle. Now I'm gonna take this over to the miter saw, figure out exactly what that angle is. All right, I went ahead and I used the shadow of my blade here to line that up, and it looks like that is perfect, which is a 19-degree angle. The way I cut this was a parallelogram, so those angles are going the same way on each side. So now let's test it and see how this looks. So to test this, I brought both of these top and bottom to the edge of the workbench, and then I just placed that angled piece in, and it is perfect. So now you're just gonna wanna take this piece and you're gonna wanna make 7 more of them. Also keep these little cutoffs, you're gonna need those. Such a beautiful day outside. I figured, you know what? Why don't I just come outside and build? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take one of our 9-inch by 9-inch pieces, and then we're gonna take one of our legs, and we're just gonna line this leg up to the corner of that 9-inch piece, just like that. Then I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on this, and then I'm gonna brad nail there and there. And you can also use this little piece here, one of your cutoffs, to support that leg right there, because the angle is already perfect. Now, the next leg, instead of being like that, we have to turn it 90 degrees. So then they are all gonna be oriented 90 degrees. Then again with the next leg, and again with the last leg. All right, so here's what you have so far. Pretty cool looking. Now let's get that top on. All right, so how we're gonna do that is we're gonna take this down and we're gonna put glue on the end grain of all of these 4 legs, and then we're gonna flip the whole thing over and place it on this base, and then we can just go ahead and brad nail those tops in. Line up all those edges. All right, there we have it. Gotta go wipe my glue. What we're gonna do is let it sit for a while. I'd say probably at least 30 minutes, and then we're gonna come back to it and we're gonna put the dowels in. So while this one's drying, go ahead and make the other one with the other pieces of wood that we still have. All right, so here they are. You can see went ahead with dowels in there, top and bottom. Now we just need to sand them. I should have sanded this before I put it together. You guys should definitely do that. Sand them, get them up on Marketplace, and see what people pay for them. That looks awesome.
And here they are. This is a couple days later. And as some of you know, our shop flooded with water, as you can see in this clip right here. Yep, couple inches. In the Great Flood of 2026, we unfortunately had these guys down there and they got pretty wet. I'm not sure that we would sell these anymore. The bottoms got completely soaked, but here they are. They're surviving. They look great. They have a super small footprint, so you can fit them, you know, out of the way in the corner, and then when you need them, you pull them out and put your drink on them, put your book on them. They function as like TV trays, you know, you can toss a plate on there. And again, these are both from one single board, which is great. You only need to buy one board and you can make 2 nightstands, end tables, whatever you want to call them. So that is going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Comment any other videos you want to see us make down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Oh, I need something to throw. You know what? I'm not going to throw anything. I'm going to end this with a little riff.